Hello. Hello to everyone out there on YouTube and on Facebook. YouTube and Instagram. So my name is Makeda Valletta. I am going live on YouTube at the Renaissance Amazon and on my IG page at the_Renaissance_Amazon_81. So make sure you follow me on both. I'll post the same things. I hope you're all doing well today. Okay. So many topics be in my mind because I'm such a critical thinker. But today I want to talk about whether or not we should change ourselves for our partners, right? And there's so many different subtopics off of this where I feel like it could be a whole nother lecture. This is really inspired by the whole comment that Kanye made about Kim, his wife, recently. And I get so annoyed that people keep quoting Kanye and Kanye said this, Kanye said that, because really we all know that Kanye's an idiot. And he doesn't, in my opinion, say anything worth listening to. He's all over the place and he's crazy as fuck. But this issue is one that also hits home with me, so I have strong opinions about it. And if you don't know, like recently, this has been, this video going viral of Kanye telling his wife, Kim Kardashian, that he feels it affects him. That's what he said. He said it affects him when she posts sexy pictures. And I see some people saying that he has a point, right? And they can understand where he's coming from. And it infuriates me when people say that. Because I'm like, Kim Kardashian is a businesswoman, right? And she was who she was years before she met him. She's 39 years old. So years before she was ever with that weirdo, she was who she was. Now, if you pay attention to her, she is not somebody who parties. She doesn't drink. She doesn't do drugs. She's super famous and surrounded by security. She's not fucking with nobody else. Nobody's touching her. She's a real good girl. She's like a mom and a businesswoman. She's not even the kind of chick that goes out and parties. We never ever heard a story about Kim saying no dumb shit, doing no dumb shit. You never heard a story about Kim saying something that offends people. Meanwhile, Kanye, on the other hand, is over here talking about wearing MAGA hats and sucking Donald Trump's dick like he wishes Donald Trump was his father. What kind of embarrassing ass coon behavior is that? Okay, Kanye is over here talking about black people chose to be slaves, and then recently I saw Pastor Jamel Bryant out of Atlanta, who's from Baltimore, moved to Atlanta. And he said that Kanye gave him a considerable donation to his church, but he returned the donation because Kanye went to Utah. Kanye came to the Bahamas, where Jamel Bryant was talking about rebuilding efforts, then got onto a plane, flew to Utah, and started telling a whole bunch of white people that he is an avid Republican, that he never based, he's a Donald Trump supporter, he never based his political decisions on race, like he never factored in race, it doesn't matter to him, that the Republicans freed the slaves. So he's going off on this whole dick-sucking shit with fucking the Republicans and Donald Trump. Kim Kardashian has never said anything like that. When, even when Donald Trump was running for president, she was endorsing Hillary. She's had shows where she has gone to some of the poorest parts of LA and met with community leaders about how she can change it and help. She's never made a racist comment or a comment that would offend black people or anybody, And if you actually, Kim sells beauty products to women. She sells makeup. She sells undergarments to women. If you go on her IG page, her pictures are not that sexy. Like, she has the same pictures that even everybody else has, okay? Like, freaking Angela Bassett got pictures like Kim Kardashian. Like, her pictures are just regular-ass pictures, right? And Kanye is a bitch-ass for doing that shit, because why would you get with somebody that's who they are, number one. Number two, that's how she makes her money. She's built an empire. She's not fucking anybody. Nobody's touching her, okay? And then for one thing that Kanye said that was key, he was like, oh, in the beginning, because I was a rapper, and all the rappers like to show their girls off, so I felt like I had to show my girl off, so I wanted you to be all sexy, but now I feel different. So what he's saying is, it's all about you, Kanye. In the beginning, so you didn't really love Kim. You loved the idea of her, but you wanted her as a trophy because you're a rapper, and rappers get props when you have girls with big titties and big asses around you. So you got that as your wife. and now you feel different, so you don't want her to be that, but that's who she was, and you encouraged it. And that shit really pisses me off because I'm like, he's really lucky to have a wife like her by his side, because I don't think most black women would fuck with Kanye. Kanye's a fucking weirdo. He's not attractive at all, okay? He looks so crusty and dusty. Every time I see Kanye, he got a dusty-ass fucking sweatsuit. He was supposed to be this his dusty-ass horrible clothes. That's the biggest fashion disaster ever. And his ugly-ass Yeezy sneakers, okay? All his shit is fucking stupid. And Kim, you know, if anybody has been embarrassing the family, it's him. If I was Kim, I would say, oh, you feel a certain way when I post sexy pictures? Well, I feel a certain way when I look fly as shit and you next to me looking like a dust bucket, okay? There's so many images of Kim and Kanye going to some awards or something important. And Kim looks amazing, and Kanye looks fucking horrible. Like he rolled up out the bed, didn't take a bath today, definitely didn't use any lotion, and he looks like his fucking his sweatsuit needs to be dusted the fuck off. That's it. So to me, and they have 4 kids, and it's like I hope that like she gets divorced with his ass, because I hate to see people do that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I also don't understand it. Like I was watching Belly the other day. And I'm looking at, the females in the movie trying to get their drug dealer boyfriends to stop selling drugs. But the thing that never made sense to me was, why would you get with a drug dealer? Like, I've never dated a drug dealer. I would never be dating a drug pen because I'm not about that life. I ain't trying to go to jail for you. I'm not trying to get shot for you. I'm not trying to get wrapped up in none of that motherfucking shit. So I was not that chick. But if you know you're messing with a fucking drug dealer, how are you going to get with a drug dealer and then be begging him to stop? Unless he told you when you got with him, I'm going to stop next week. If he didn't tell you that shit, then why do you think he's going to stop, and why are you hounding this dude? Like, why are you putting yourself in that situation? It doesn't make any sense. Do men not understand, too, like, with the situation with Kanye, like, people are their own people. Women we're people. Like, for me, like, I would never get with a dude that had an issue with, oh, why are you dancing in a bikini on the internet? Why are you posting pictures? I don't give a fuck, because you know what? My body is my business, okay? I'm a trainer. I'm a nutritionist. I'm a dancer, okay? All those things involve body movements, seeing my body, whatever. But it's my body. It's my fucking body. And we were born naked. And before we were colonized, okay, there was no shame in that shit. But you know what? Kanye and his stupid-ass Sunday service and his Christian shit, that's all patriarchal religion shit. This is what I talk about all the time, why I have a problem with patriarchal religion. Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, all 3 of them. All 3 of them are about controlling a woman, controlling a woman's sexuality, controlling a woman's body, shaming her, okay? But if you look at pre-colonial Africa, pre-colonial Caribbean, pre-colonial Polynesian islands, pre-colonial South America, pre-colonial Southeast Asia, people were walking around naked, okay? They might have a little loincloth in there saying breasts were out, no woman had on bras, nipples to the sun, okay? That's how we were. So Kanye is on some bullshit. And he has mental fucking problems, okay? But yet people are saying that, oh, Kanye has a point. You think she should listen to his motherfucking crazy ass? He's the one, after she got robbed in Paris at gunpoint, he had a nervous breakdown. A couple weeks after that, he's on stage crying about Jay-Z didn't call me. Jay-Z didn't call me. He throws the mic down, cancels his tour. What kind of bitch ass shit is that? When in the whole history of show business has that ever happened? You had Tina Turner getting her ass beat, but she still got on stage, makeup done, hair done, dancing, kicking, everything. Because in show business, everybody knows the show must go on. Period, point, motherfucking blank. People don't want to hear about all your fucking shit. But Kanye gets on stage with a rant, has a nervous, emotional breakdown. How you have an emotional breakdown at a time when your wife really needs you? You know what I'm saying? So that's some bitch ass shit. And with Kim, I feel like somebody on my YouTube page has said that they felt like she was weird for being with him. I don't think so. I think that Kim wanted to be a mom. Kim constantly says she wanted to be a wife and a mom. And when you want to be a wife and a mom so bad, or you want to be in a relationship so bad, sometimes you make the wrong decisions, okay? Sometimes you get with people who, this dude could be playing to what you want at the moment, but he's not the best choice. But because you feel like you don't have any other options, and women, we feel a sense of time. Women, we feel a sense of urgency in a way that men don't. We feel a biological time clock ticking. So we don't want to lollygag forever like men, So a lot of times women can make bad decisions for that reason. And Kim was super famous. Who was she really going to date? She had known Kanye for years, and he acted like he was pro her, and that's how they ended up together. I always felt bad for her because he's fucking nutty, and I definitely cannot imagine. I could not imagine that the sex is good because Kanye looks like a lame. He does not good at sex. Here it says, not he's good at going down on a woman. He does not look like he got a good stroke game. Like, he does not. He is so corny to me. So corny. The way he smiles, the way he laughs, the way he talks. Corny, motherfucking the worst in Chicago. Okay? Dead ass. Okay? Because I do see people in Chicago look like him every day. But then you got fly Chicago, You got fly Chicago, you got dusty Chicago. He looked like dusty Chicago, which is what I see all the motherfucking time. Okay? So, and a lot of crazy people in the city who are a little off. Like, he just definitely reminds me of a Chicago person. But I think it's really bad, to get with somebody and change who you are. Like, people say relationships are about compromise, right? But what does that mean? Because to me, I'm not going to compromise my true essence. So before you get in a serious relationship, you have to sit with yourself and think, like, what is my true essence? Like, for me, I'm a bisexual female, okay? I'm never going to be straight. So there's no compromising on that. I'm not going to be with a man who can't understand that, and can't understand that he's going to have to fall back sometimes, when it comes to that. Because some men think they can be up in the mix all the time. No, not compromising on that. Number two, I love to dance, and I'm never going to stop dancing, and I'm never going to stop shaking my ass. I'm not going to get with a man who has a problem with that. You didn't see Jay-Z tell Beyonce, "Oh, you're my wife now. Now you got to sit down and stop dancing or gyrating around the stage half naked." You didn't see Jay-Z tell Beyonce that. Beyonce was a showgirl before Jay-Z, okay? She got with Jay-Z. She had their daughter Blue. After she had their daughter Blue, she became even more overtly sexual. If you look at Beyonce's live album, I forget what it was called, but it was the one that came out after Blue, so it was like 2013 or 14, I don't remember. It was the most sexual, overtly sexual that Beyonce had ever been. And I respected that. That was right after she had a daughter. Because after you have a baby, you feel like you can do whatever the fuck you want. Plus, that's how you got pregnant in the first place. Like, why are people tripping on sexuality? Right? Then Beyonce continued to do that. And she's still dancing on stage damn near half naked. But Jay-Z's not tripping like, "Oh, you're my wife now. You're the mother of my kids now. You can't do that." He knows who he got with. He's not trying to stop her money. And she's not trying to stop his. Kim is a promotional model. She has her own line of things. If I'm selling bras, then I'm going to be wearing my bras. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that I don't think it's good to change who you are at your essence for a partner. And the reason why is because people can always leave you. Look at how many people who are together for 20, 30 years and get divorced. However amount of time. And they didn't change locations, change their identity, cut off friends, cut off family members for somebody who might leave you one day. Most relationships don't last anyway. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's never fucking wise to change who you are at your essence. Unless, you are something horrible, like you over here smoking crack, you over here abusing people, you're doing something that's hurting the world, that is destructive to the world, then maybe you could think about changing that. Because if you have a part of your essence is a fucked up toxic thing, that's cool. But you can't get with, I don't think it's good to get, you get with a dude that plays basketball and then you're like, "Oh, babe, this dude was a baller. He plays several hours a week." And now you go over here like, "I really get annoyed when you're playing basketball all the time." It's like, bitch, he was doing that when you met him. I cannot stand that shit. Because I know me personally, I don't hide who I am, and sometimes you think that when you're being honest and transparent that it will eliminate misunderstandings. But I found that not to be the case in my own life. I remember 9 years ago being in a relationship with somebody who, I was the same person. I was modeling for photographers, an art model, doing art nude photography. He was a photographer. He had shot me nude. Then all of a sudden, we, And he knew I was attracted to women. I always make that clear. I don't hide that from any man. And then so some 7 months into it, now he has a problem with me being attracted to women. Now he's embarrassed by my photos. And I'm like, oh no, dude. If I knew that you weren't okay with my attraction to women and who I am, I never would have fallen in love with you. So a lot of people play manipulative games, and they try to act like they accept who you are because they want you. And then once they get you, they try to switch up and try to change you. And I think that is absolutely 100% unacceptable to happen. And it really makes me, like there's a lot of men who fantasize over girls, who are strippers or bikini models, lingerie models, whatever. You over here lusting over this shit, and then you get with her, and now you have a problem. That's saying that you never really liked that woman for who she was. You like the idea of her in your little fantasy mind. And now your little fragile ego is being crushed by something that's so fucking dumb. Because for me, I don't give a fuck if my man or my woman post sexy pictures. You know what I'm saying? And especially, they're in your bed every night. You know what I'm saying? That level of insecurity is a turn off. And I bet people give too much attention to the shit Kanye says. And then somebody on my YouTube just said they don't want a woman who wants a woman. To me, those type of women don't work. Who gives a fuck what you want? Nobody asked you. But you're probably a lame anyway. Anyhow. Yeah, so I just feel like, you see a lot of people get in toxic relationships. People a lot of times think something's wrong if somebody's been single for years, right? If somebody's been single for 10 years or 5 years or 4 years, people are always like, oh, something wrong with you? Are you crazy? But there's a lot of people who've been with somebody for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And then when they break up, they tell you about all this abuse and crazy shit that was happening over the years. And to me, that's less commendable. So you got a lot of people putting up with abusive, miserable situations for years and decades on end just to say they're in a relationship. That really means that person that was single for 5 years because they were picky is actually the wiser one and the smarter one. Okay? You have to be okay by yourself. You can't be like, so afraid of being alone that you're willing to put up with all kinds of sideways shit, abuse, people trying to change who you are. No. And I love the fact that in the situation with Kim and Kanye, she spoke up. She spoke up to him like with the quickness because she's actually intelligent. She actually says intelligent shit. But people love to hate on her. And she's never said anything or done anything to offend anybody. Yeah, your way doesn't have to be my way either, dude, on YouTube. I don't care. See, nobody asked you what you like, so that's what I'm saying. Simple as that. So nobody gives a fuck. So that's that. That's what I want to talk about for today. If you have any opinions on that, like, do you think that people should change who they are to be in a relationship? I definitely don't. And definitely not when it's your business and how you make your money. Kim Kardashian was not just posting pictures just cause. And it really bothers me because a lot of people love to shame women. Any woman who's comfortable with her sexuality, with her body, who shows her body, dudes in society love to shame those women. But at the same time, especially it doesn't make sense to me when men shame those women because men like to look at that shit all the time. So to all the dudes who shame women who are half naked or whatever, to all of you who shame those women, do you not like looking at that sometimes? Like, if every woman said, you know what? No, if every woman said, I'm not posting no sexy pictures on social media again, dudes would be depressed as fuck. Because y'all know y'all like looking through Instagram and through whatever other motherfucking internet shit that you look through and find girls that you could look at. There's girls galore on these things. Beautiful, stunning women. So I feel like a lot of you men should be thankful for that shit and shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because really, women do more when we feel comfortable. When a woman feels comfortable, we open up more sexually, we will show more. But so men shaming women is actually causing what men don't want. Most men don't want women who are super complicated and playing games and not being honest about what they want. But men create that situation when you're super judgmental to women all the time and talking about women in a negative way because they are in touch with their sexuality. You know? So yeah, people, be careful with that. I definitely am not an advocate of toxic relationships. When I see people encouraging people to stay in toxic relationships all the time. For me, the way I am, if something is too heavy, you're too motherfucking annoying, you're making my blood boil, I feel like I can't talk to you, or it's too much work, I'm done. That's just me. I'm done. Like, I'm not that, I don't want a relationship that bad. I actually rather be by myself and pick and choose who I want to be with when, have a few options, and move how I want to move, than to be dealing with somebody who's getting on my fucking nerves. And it's like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I say this, it offends you. Who got time for that shit? I don't. You know, and a lot of people, in the very beginning, they have too many problems in their relationship. If you got to go to counseling before you get married, that's not a good sign. Like, who should be bothered with all that drama? Really? You know what I'm saying? So it's important to know who you are at your essence and stick to that shit. More power to Kim Kardashian. And I honestly, they got 4 kids, but I hope she divorces his lame ass because Kanye is such a bitch ass. And he's going to keep doing bitch ass shit. And he has a lot of fucking nerve with all the dumb, stupid, embarrassing, ignorant, offensive shit that he's done. And his wife has stood by him. But he's coming at her with that shit. Dude, shut the fuck up. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Have a good day, people. Peace.